Rusame reader, Crow Song, and today I will be reading to you from Black Coffee by MysterySaviour. Now, on to Act 2, Chapter 39. He needed a drink. Russia had been trying to decipher some of the codes he found scrawled onto the pages for hours, but no matter what he did, he just couldn't figure them out. It certainly didn't help that he barely got any sleep the night before, so everything in his mind was laced with a thick layer of fog that crept into his eyesight and made him have to keep rubbing his stupid eyes. The country human scratched his back, humming appreciatively when his back cracked in several places, and he felt much looser. It was a shame he couldn't massage himself, though. Maybe he'd annoy Belarus into doing it for him. Rolling out of bed, Russia placed the journal in a secret hiding spot wedged between the wooden planks of the bed frame and the mattress. He didn't know how much America had read of this book, nor if Australia wanted him to read it, so he had to take some precautions. He stumbled down the stairs, yawning as he rubbed his eyes some more to try and get rid of any stupid fuzziness again. 1 cup of coffee this morning was definitely not enough. As he neared the kitchen, Russia heard some voices wafting through the living room, all female. One voice sounded clear as day, while the others kept breaking up and distorting almost, like someone had an old antique radio. He peeked into the room, surprised to find 4 women he didn't recognize standing there. They were being too loud to be robbers, and if he looked just left of them, he could see America and Australia slumbering peacefully on the couch, barely aware of them. "You're early." The country smiled. "I missed ya." "That's rich. Are you sure you didn't just sense we were causing trouble and come to annoy us?" Tori elbowed the outspoken Native American. "Morning! She's our boss!" No, she's right," the boss chuckled, holding her hands behind her back. Morningstar rolled her eyes and stuck out her hip, crossing her arms again. "Get to the fucking point." "Star language!" Tori chided like a overworked mother. "Oh, I'm sorry. Please get to the fucking point." "What she means, boss, is..." "Oh, Abby, there's no need to call me boss," the woman giggled, shaking her head. "Just call me by my name." "Oh, sorry, Pangea. We just, Miss Pangea, we need to tell you about one of the country humans that needs our guidance." Tori cut in without missing a beat. "Not your guidance," muttered Morningstar. "So, I've heard the problem is with America, correct?" "Problema, c'est medically." Roughly translates to, a problem with America? Russia began gnawing at his fingernails as he watched in silence. What on earth was going on here? The ethereal supercontinent walked over to the sleeping America, her shirt flowing around her. As she lightly brushed some of the hair out of his face, he stirred slightly, snoring loudly before turning over and resuming his nap. Russia chuckled under his breath at the sleeping country, and Pangea chuckled too, patting him gently on the back. "No offense, miss, but you don't seem to be taking this very seriously." The supercontinent turned to the 3 of them, smiling without a care in the world. "I've seen a case like this before, so I know what to do." "Really?" Morning asked, straightening up with her eyes widening. Pangea nodded, flashing her a patient smile as she walked back over to her spot in front of the girls. You see, the problem has nothing to do with Guardians being present. The problem is more to do with America himself. Morningstar elbowed Tori in the side, glaring at her. I told you! Pangea stared down at the striped country from her new position with a sad smile. America doesn't believe he can let go of the past. He is unconsciously forcing himself to remain this way as a form of punishment for letting his path to this point be one so soaked in blood. Abby was the first to speak up. So, what can we do to help him? Unfortunately, nothing, Pangea mused, glancing into the darkness where Russia was hiding, causing him to press himself to the wall and hold his breath as she locked eyes with him for less than a split second. Well, at least you can't do anything, Pangea continued as though she hadn't seen anything, which made Russia exhale in relief. Eto boyo bliska. That roughly translates to, that was a close one. What America needs is someone to accept him, to forgive him, since he can't forgive himself. He needs someone to teach him through love and compassion. Well, that's easy, isn't it? Morningstar said, smiling as she realized the problem wasn't as bad as she first thought. All his family love him and accept him, especially Australia. He'll be back to normal in no time, then. Pangea shook her head. I'm afraid not. America believes that they only accept him because they have to. He doesn't believe they do. The forgiveness needs to come from an outside source, out of America's family, from someone he holds dear and someone he listens to. The woman fell silent as they thought of who they could consult. Japan? Abby offered. They're best friends, aren't they? Not here, Morning debunked. Mexico? Too brash. Greenland? Not very compassionate to anyone but Annie. Annie? Too sick to come here. What about Russia? Tori asked, finally saying someone. Russia stiffened when he heard his name, carefully watching these strange women. They didn't seem malicious, but they were odd. How did they know all of America's friends? Didn't Russia and America have a falling out last night? Abby questioned, frowning. It wasn't a falling out, Morning sighed, rubbing her temples. I wasn't there for most of the night after America got drunk, but when I asked why they were acting so weird this morning, he told me, and he did something he shouldn't have, and wanted to apologize to Russia, but he didn't know how. Что? Я тот.
Кто должен извиняться, а не он?
That roughly translates to, what? I'm the one who should apologize, not him. Well, it seems like he's our best shot, Abby sighed. After all, he's closer to Russia than anyone else, and I do believe he's seen America's eyes. She looked at Morningstar questioningly, and she nodded to confirm her suspicions. Pangea clapped her hands with a grin. Then it's settled. We will try to get Russia and America closer so that America can forgive himself. She raised a white hand, smiling at them. Have a good time. With a wave of her hand, all four of them disappeared. Russia gaped, rubbing his eyes to test if it was a trick of the light, or exhaustion, or something. Nope, still gone. He needed a drink.